The smudge on the canvas. In the quiet town of Kovrovo, where rooftops wore thick blankets of snow, lived a boy named Anton. For Anton, the world was a canvas. His room wasn't just a room, it was a studio, smelling of turpentine and fresh paint, with sketches of leaping foxes and swirling galaxies pinned to every wall. He didn't just want to be an artist. He was sure he already was the best one in his school. One frosty morning, his art teacher, Miss Anya, announced the annual Winter Art Contest. The theme, she declared, her voice warm as a fireplace, is a moment of joy. A competitive spark lit up in Anton's eyes. This was his chance to prove he was the best. I know exactly what to paint, he thought, already picturing the winner's blue ribbon. For a week, Anton worked tirelessly. He painted a grand scene, a perfect, sun-drenched winter picnic. The snow sparkled, the children's faces were models of cheerfulness, and every tree branch was rendered with perfect detail. He used his finest brushes, making sure every stroke was clean and precise. Perfection, he whispered, stepping back to admire his work. On the day of the contest, the classroom buzzed with nervous energy. Paintings lined the walls, a gallery of joy. Anton, confident, strolled around to inspect the competition. He paused at Alara's painting. Her colors were wild and messy, a chaotic swirl of orange and purple. So unrealistic, Anton scoffed quietly. Next, he saw Leo's piece. It showed two stick-figure-like characters holding hands, their smiles drawn with a simple, wobbly line. Anton almost laughed. "It's so childish," he muttered, comparing it to his own lifelike figures. "Mine is clearly the work of a real artist." Miss Anya moved through the room, her eyes lingering on each creation. When she reached Anton's painting, she smiled. "The technique is flawless, Anton. You have a wonderful skill." Anton puffed out his chest with pride. "But," she added gently, "come look closer." She pointed to a tiny spot in the otherwise perfect blue sky. A faint, brownish smudge, almost invisible, marred the surface where a drop of dirty paint water had clearly splashed. "Oh," Anton breathed, his face falling. I didn't see that." All his pride vanished, replaced by a hot flush of embarrassment. It is very easy to miss a small flaw in our own work when we are so focused on its perfection, Miss Anya said softly. And sometimes, it's just as easy to miss the beauty in others' work when we are focused on their flaws. Her words hung in the air. Anton's cheeks burned. He looked over at Alara's painting again. He saw it now, not a mess, but the explosive joy of a firework display. He looked at Leo's simple drawing and saw, not childishness, but the pure, uncomplicated happiness of holding a friend's hand. His own perfect painting suddenly felt cold and stiff in comparison. Anton didn't win the blue ribbon that day. Alara did, for her painting's vibrant emotion. But Anton didn't mind. He had gained something far more valuable. As he walked home through the falling snow, he understood that art wasn't about being flawless. It was about feeling. And from that day on, he spent less time looking for the smudges in other people's work, and more time putting heart into his own.